Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be looking at some of my really tiny bonsai trees. I think I've got 7 of them here to work on, but I'll put my hand in here just so you can kind of see how small they are. They're all, just a few inches tall, and it's really small pots, 2 to 3 inch pots. Some of them are even like 1.5 inch diameter. But they're all portulacaria afra. One of them is a lilliput, and I'll show you that one here once we get to it. But it's going to be a quick video because there's not a whole lot of pruning to do on these small ones. As long as you stay on top of it. I think it's been a month or two since I pruned these last. So some of them put on a lot more growth than others. They don't grow as fast just because they're in smaller pots, and I do prune them a little more often than the larger ones, just to keep them, size controlled. But and that's one of the nice things about these small ones is, one, you can have multiple trees and they don't take up much space. Easy to prune. You don't need a whole elaborate setup. Just a pair of bonsai scissors, or even just little snips of some kind, and that's really all you need for these little guys. Maybe a little bit of wire here and there, but for the most part, very minimal tools, minimal setup, and even when you repot them, it doesn't take a lot of soil. So just your overall expense is pretty low on these small ones, and that's what's nice. And then you can have them just sitting on a shelf, um, either outside on a patio or something, where they get some sunshine, or in the wintertime you can have them inside, or even all year long you could grow them inside with a nice grow light above them. So really versatile and easy to care for, especially these portulacaria afra. They're really easy to care for, and you can keep them small, especially the lilliput. Like I said, I'll show you that one here in a minute and show you how little the leaves are. But so I've got 7 of them that I'm working on. So let's go ahead and get started. Just move some of these out of the way so it's not so cluttered. So this first one up is, like I said, the portulacaria afra, just the normal variety. It's kind of been growing on my shelf facing the sun, so everything's growing that way. I know I mentioned it's kind of like a broken record that you need to rotate your trees, but sometimes that doesn't always happen. So you get them growing sideways like this. But anyway, this one's kind of a semi-cascade. I don't want this growth over here that just kind of sprung up. So I'm not really wanting that one, so let's get rid of that. And this one here can be, I think it's good if we use this as the front, and I'll get them growing back this way with the repositioning and get the light. So they'll start growing like this. So I think we could maybe use this as the front. That's kind of a back branch, but you could get rid of this branch and just kind of let it cascade more. But I think I'll go ahead and take that little piece back and let that grow back out. So like I said, pretty easy. Just a couple cuts and then that one's pruned. I'll give you a quick spin around just so you can see it. There's that one. Okay. Next up is another, like I said, they're all portulacaria afra, so I won't keep saying that, but this one's a normal variety. And again, another semi-cascade, which I don't want this branch here, so we'll get rid of that. And get some little sprouts, we'll get rid of those. Just kind of let that continue cascading over. Take some of this height down on the top. And again, I think not much to do on it. Just take some of these back. If you can see some of this white stuff on the leaves, some of that is, we've got really hard water, so, and I overhead water some of these when they're outside. just because I've got so many and it's just a lot quicker. And also it's fall, and here in Texas I'm about to mid-October, and I'm a couple weeks from bringing my trees in, so I'm starting to treat them with for bugs and things, so I don't drag any bugs in for the winter. So that's what some of the white spots are on the leaves. I think that that'll do it for that one. I'll give you a quick spin around here. Okay, set that one aside. Next up is this guy, and just to show you the difference, how you can let these grow a little faster. You can see this one's got quite a bit of growth on. If I let go of the pot, it's actually a little lopsided, a little too heavy on this side, and I already pruned it off, but this one had some roots escaped from the bottom, and I have them sitting in a tray of gravel, and the roots go down in the gravel, and it really causes the trees to grow faster. So that's a way you can get them to grow fast if you want them to, but if you don't want them to grow fast, just don't let the roots escape. So I'll take some of these long shoots back here. I about let this one go too long, but some of these branches get pretty thick. We'll just prune it back and let it regrow. And this one's kind of an informal slanting upright style, I guess. So I think that's kind of the front, somewhere in there. But with the round pot, you can kind of, call any side the front. But it's getting a nice little canopy on it. So I'm pretty happy with the development. And all of these, some of these have been in, I think this one's been in this pot for a couple years now. As you can tell, the bark's starting to get rough on it, but again, I'm trying to keep them small. So yeah, most of these are anywhere from a couple years down to, I just potted them this year, but so that's kind of give you an idea on the age of them. And these just came from cuttings off of my larger trees. So, all right, I think we'll call that one done. Give you a quick spin around. Okay, there's that one. Set that aside. Next up is a kind of an upright style, kind of a pinging landscape. I've got a little hut here, a rock, and just trying to keep this, to where it grows a canopy over the little hut. But again, as you can tell, the sunshine, if you look at this side compared to this side was facing the sun, so you can tell all the leaves are facing that way. So it definitely got really vigorous over there. But we'll just prune some of these back and then sit it back outside for now. Like I said, they'll be coming inside here in a couple weeks, and I'll show you that process and kind of what my interior setup is. But for now, they'll sit outside for another couple weeks, but I'll turn it around to where this side faces the sun, so we'll get some more growth going that way. Yeah. So again, not much to do with these little guys. So I think that'll do it on that one. Just clean some of these leaves off here. And we'll give you a quick spin around on that guy. I saw one more here. Let's go ahead and take that off. And there's that one. So set that aside. And this one is another just kind of an upright. And this one is the Lilliput. And I'll pull up one of these other ones just to show you the size difference in the leaves. if you're not familiar with the lilliput. Same growth pattern and growth habit, care, everything's the same, but as you can tell, these leaves are full size, and this is the normal variety here, normal variety versus the lilliput. So you can see they're, probably a third the size or smaller, and that's just the way they grow. They stay pretty small if they're getting enough light. I have had some that the leaves got a little bit bigger, but they still don't get as big as the normal variety. But so let's go ahead and prune this one up. So you can tell some of these shoots got a little long. And that's been a couple months, I think, since I pruned these last. I'm just keeping this one in kind of an upright. And I think this is kind of the front, so I can see the branch structure there. This one, it's going to take a few more cuts just because of it's got more branching on it. Yeah, like I said, this keeping really small trees, it's fun. They don't take much space, low dollar investment, and you can really kind of get a nice tree developed. The right conditions, less than a year, you can really get some nice branching and get them growing well. And like I said, it's cheap to get started. Some of these pots, I picked up on Amazon, so you can get started easy. These pruners, these are a little bit more expensive, but you can get cheaper ones. I'll link these down below too. I'll link some pots that I've purchased before, just so you can take a look at those if you want to. Sometimes that's the hard part, is finding the supplies and kind of how to get started or trying something new. And the stuff that I'll link is stuff that I've ordered myself, tried, and like. Wouldn't recommend something that I tried and didn't like. I mean, I might show you that too, but the stuff that I'll put down below this video is stuff that I've tried kind of for the small trees. And his turntable's nice. It's really inexpensive too, and it just makes it easier so you can kind of spin the tree around. Not needed, but it just makes it a lot more enjoyable, where you can kind of turn the tree around and look at all sides of it. But on that one, I think we'll leave it like that. It's looking pretty good. Give you a quick spin around. There we go. On to the next one. Get some of these leaves cleaned up. And this one is a kind of a semi-cascade as well. I think this is kind of my intended front. So we'll get some of these trimmed back. Gotten a little long. Didn't take too long, but and I'm trying to keep everything kind of going, not really a windswept, but I don't want too much growing back that way. I just kind of want it to be leaning this way a little bit, or cascading this way, I guess you can say. But I do like the top piece here, so I'm going to leave that on. And I like to have this little gap here just for a little more interest. I think that'll probably do it on that one. Give you a quick spin around on that. Okay, and on to the last one. And this guy, I think last time I shown this one, I said it probably needs a repot just because it's been in this pot for a couple years. You can see it's got a nice little trunk on it. Got some exposed roots here, but just the growth habit. It's not. I mean, everything is kind of elongating. It's just not as quite as healthy as, you know, looking at something like this where the leaves are closer together. They're in the same environment outside, but this one's just getting a little lanky. So I might need to repot it and get it into some fresh soil, but I'll wait on that because look how big some of these leaves got up on this. These couple leaves are about as big as the tree, so it just kind of kills the proportion of it being a miniature tree. So I don't like when the leaves get quite that big, but yeah, I think that'll do it for that guy. Give you a spin around on this one. I think that'll do it for pruning up these small guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.